Random scraps and bits of this, turn them into something you can't miss. Junk journals, tapes, and crafts galore. He'll have you begging, show me more. Oh, dash it, babe. Oh, what a sight. Mixing colors, day and night.
Hi everyone, it's Dasher Dave here again, and I'm back for another crafty video. So this time we have another one sheet wonder. I did a bit of prep on Friday. I've come up with 4 new concepts for one sheet wonders. So this is one I've seen floating around the internet. I don't know where it originated from. I've seen multiple videos and I haven't been able to work out the chronological order. Everybody's had a different take on it. So this is my take, and so anyway, this is it. So it opens like this. Oh, sorry, no, it doesn't. It's the wrong way up. It opens like this. Opens out like this. We have a tuck here, so a side tuck here. We have a pocket here. Okay. We have a top pocket here. Okay, and then just on the back we have a little like page band thing here. So really simple to make, and I will show you how. So first of all, you're going to need is 12 by 12 sheet of card, and you are going to cut this in half. So you're going to cut it in half, top to bottom. Okay, so pop it on there and cut. Cool. So that's my 2 halves. Ooh, that's fairly equal for me. I'm going to need to have that again in a minute, but we're going to take one of these halves and you're just going to decide which half do I want as the cover. And I think, so if I have it like that, it's going to wrap around like that. Or do I have it like that and have it wrap around like that? I don't know. I think I'm going to go with this on the outside. So I'm just going to put the other bit on out of the way for a moment. So I'm going to take your scoreboard, or however you choose to do score lines. You're going to pop your card on, and you're going to pop it on so that it is face down. Now, the only difference with this is because you're doing it face down, you're not going to turn valley folds into mountain folds. We're just going to break some rules this time, because if you have it this way round and you score it the opening or the other side, you know, there's not a deal breaker, but it's just something I liked it this way. So you're going to put it on there. Okay, and your first score is going to be at 1 7/8. So you're going to score at 1 7/8. Then the next score is at 2. Okay, again, we're doing this so that you've got the 12 inches across the top, just bear that in mind. And then you've got 6 3/4 inches, and then you've got 11 1/2. Okay, so that's your scores for there. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take this piece, so that's your cover. You're going to take this piece that you already had, and you're going to cut it this time. And you're going to cut this one down to 6 ounce. So again, across the 12 inch bit, you're going to cut it at 6 3/4 inches. Okay. And then this piece, which is your piece that you've got left over, you're going to cut down to being 4 3/4 inches. So you're just going to cut a small bit off the end, and that's the bit that's going to form your page band on the back, or you can throw it away if you prefer not to have it. So we'll put those to one side. So now this one, so this one that's the 6 3/4 inches with the 6 3/4 across the top, you're going to score this at 2 inches. Okay, you're going to score at 2 inches. Okay, you're going to take that off, and then you're going to take this piece, and this piece does not have any score lines, but this is part and parcel of it, so you just want to make sure you keep it, don't throw it away. Okay, so like I say, it is very easy. Right, let's do the outside first. So the outside, we're going to score these lines the wrong way. I mean, you could do the measurements the other way around and then you know, you've got them on there. But I'm just trying to make it as easy to follow as possible. And you can score that middle one. Let's just get my bone folder. My bone folder. Where is my bone folder? Oh, it's there. Hiding in plain sight. So let's just put those lines in. So this is your spine, okay? Then you're going to fold these. Now these are two very close together, so you just want to guide them, because what you don't want it to do is cross the divide and go across to the next piece. So you just want to make sure it's lined up nicely. Sorry, it goes across to the next score line. So do that. So you don't want that to happen. You do that, and then you find the next score line and you put that mark in and just fold it gently at first, just making sure that it doesn't go diagonally across the two, and that just gives you a bit of a box fold on that edge there. Okay, so next thing we want to do is, if you want to have rounded corners like I have here, or this is my prototype. If you want the rounded corners, then you can do that, and I would suggest you do that now. Just pop them on in your corner rounder and just round them off. Okay, this piece we're going to fold on that 2-inch score line. So what you need to think about is how you've scored it. So I have scored it like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this on the inside. Now really I probably should have had it so that it was the other way around, so I might even do that. I don't want to lose that beautiful birdie. I'm just gonna remember, if you've made a mistake, like I said, you can just rub over that score line, and whilst it's not still there, it's not visible. So we're just going to do that 2-inch again. So remember, that was the 2 inches. Sorry, my mistake. So what you will find though is you're still going to fold it over, so you will lose whatever's on that side of it. Okay, just going to fold that over, and that is going to become your inside pocket. So remember the prototype. Well, this is the prototype. Remember that this is this piece here. Okay, so the next thing that I did was I rounded this corner. You don't have to, but because that's going to form a pocket inside here, it was just nice rather than having a pokey corner. So pop that in there and just round that corner. Okay, so then that's going to go in there, and that's going to be your side tuck pocket or corner tuck pocket. Okay, this is going to be your pocket, and so because it's a pocket, what we're going to do is we're going to take a divot out of it. I mean, if you want it in the middle, do it in the middle, but I'm happy to eyeball it. Okay, so that's going to be one side, and then this is going to form the other side. So the reason for this is that this is going to form the thing to fold around, so that way you get a full width of the pocket, whereas if you stick it down, you're losing the edges where you're gluing. However, if you want to then use this to join, so you could stick a pocket in here and you could join a further leaf if you want to add more, but remember I'm only making it out one sheet, so if you want to add more, do so. If you don't, then don't do so. The other thing I was just thinking about is you could probably make, well, you could definitely make these out of those Tim Holt, the things that he replaced the 12 by 12s with. I can't remember what I don't know how much they measure. Is this the full size of one? This is not 12 inches, I know. No, it's 10, I think. It is. It's 10 inches by 6. So you could make it out of this, but you'd have to glue on a flap. But you know, if you wanted to make them out of those, because I've got hundreds of those, and we're going to have to find some way to utilize those. So this, like I say, is going to form your pocket, but if you wanted to use it as an extension, use it as an extension. So that's the reason why I wanted to make sure it was completely folded down. So what you need to do is, when you're putting this together, is you want to just make sure that this is clear of this fold here, but also clear of this fold here. And if it isn't, you see how that's pushing that one that way, and it's what you want to do is you just want to take like a 1/16 of an inch off that edge. So you don't want a huge amount, you just want like a little bit, just to kind of just get rid of that edge. Now you could take it off and find your thing up there. Being over melodramatic. So, is there such a thing as over melodramatic, or is there just melodramatic? Who knows? So there you go. It fits now nicely inside there. The same thing with this. You just want to make sure that when this is on this bit here, you just want to hold it there with your fingers, that it's out of the way of that fold. And if it gets in the way a little bit, then you might just want to just trim that edge off. I think mine feels okay. Okay, so you could have left that as one whole piece, but what you will find then is you've got multiple layer folds all folding together, and it tends to buckle a bit. So just bear that in mind. Because this is an interior pocket opening at the top, we're just going to put a thumb notch in the top of here. Again, if you want to put it right in the middle, put it right in the middle. I'm just happy to eyeball it. I will just ink all of these because I do think with the ink, I think that they look better with a bit of something on the edges. And when I remember, I do try to do so. But I don't always remember. And because this is a super simple one, and it'll be a very, very short video if I don't do something else, then we might as well just give it a bit of an ink. So like I say, this is one that I've seen floating around the internet for a while. I don't think I've made it previously. Apologies if I already have it in the One Sheet Wonder. It is getting a bit hard now. I think I've got 30 odd. It's hard to keep track of what I've made and what I haven't made. But I am trying to sit and come up with some unique ideas, which I have done. But I just needed a nice... When I've done one long video, and I know that the next video, so the long video was the lap book. That was quite a long video. This is the one I film in between, so this is the Wednesday. And then the one I do on a Friday is also going to be a long video. I like to do something that's fairly short. Yes, I like to do something that's quite short in between. And so when it's one that one like this, nice and quick, I'll do this nice and quick. The ones that I've come up with, bit more interesting, shall we say, rather than, they're not complicated, they're just a bit more interesting in the way that they're put together and what they do. Bit of a teaser going on there, but they're definitely worth something. I believe they're something you'll want to make, but I will show you that when the time comes. I just didn't want you to think that I was not coming up with new ideas for One Sheet Wonders, because I know some of you are hooked. I will have to start weaning you off at some point, because I guess there are only so many things you can do with one sheet of paper or card. But so far I've not run out of ideas, I've just run out of time. So time, yes, if only we could get more of that. That's not something I can order off Amazon, although if you saw my previous video with my lap book, you'll know that me and Amazon are falling out. So and if I could find it on Amazon, I might not buy it. So just fit there. Just going to do this pocket as well. Probably could do with cleaning my oh no, I've done this pocket. Probably could do with cleaning my mat. Just get those corners nice and grungy. There we go. Let's do this one as well. Yeah, so there are more One Sheet Wonders coming up. It's just I had that one break where I made some tags, and of course I will at some point have to swap to making other things, but at the moment we're fine. So I'm not going to do the inside of that because you're not going to see it really. You might want to just catch that edge just there, because you might just see it as you look inside the pocket, but you're definitely not going to see this bit. Okay, and then we're just going to catch this bit here and across here. And the other thing I like to do here is I just like to go very softly, just over this bit here. So once you do that, you'll see that shape there, and you just want to put a bit of softness just inside, because then when you open the pocket it looks more genuine. Okay, so just get that corner nice and inky. So the other thing to do is, just if you are going to ink it, just ink down that spine, because you might see that spine. Just remember, these are cut into two. You don't have to be too gentle over that bit. So this piece is going to come into here. Okay, so that means that we're going to glue down this straight edge and this straight edge. That's why I like to take that corner off, because it just helps me to remember when I flip it over which bits I need to glue. So we're doing the straight edges. And that's all we're doing. So straight edges like that. Bend it up. Make sure that you can it sits nicely inside those folds that you've just checked. There you go. That does. That sits nicely. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to glue this. Now now because I've corner rounded it, I'm just going to go round that corner, just so that if I put something square, it doesn't stick out through that corner. You know, something with a square corner, I mean. And then down this edge. You obviously don't need to glue around the fold, because it's a fold and it'll seal itself. I do just pinch it just to present it. There you go. So you've got this pocket here. Okay. I'm going to just ink inside there, because I didn't do that. A little bit on that crease. There we go. So that's that piece. Then this piece, what you're going to do is you're going to glue this edge here. So you're not going to glue, so rather than gluing it like that, you're going to glue it like that. That is, of course, if you're going to use it as the edge of the pocket. If you aren't, then glue the pocket in, and you keep that for your extension stuff. Okay. So what we're going to do is, because we're not doing an extension, we're just going to glue down here. I'm just catching that edge. So then you're going to pop this on here, just plonk it level with the surface that you're working from. Pull that up to it, and then just fold it down. And just press that down once it's in place. Again, just making sure that pocket is still out of the way. This is ideal if you do it like this first, and you don't just glue all of it and that, then if it does just buckle on that fold, now you can just take that edge off and re-ink it and be fine. But it looks to be okay. Yes, it is. Okay, so then I'll open it up like this, and then I'm going to do this bottom edge here, this edge here, and then we're going to fold it over and glue it down. There we go. So that piece that we cut off here, I'm just going to ink. And like I say, you don't have to use this. This is just an extra, just because it's there, and you know I like to use every piece. This is my take on it. This is something that I've done differently to the other people that I've done. They've all done their own thing. A lot of them have kind of deviated from it being a one sheet wonder. But you know, I like to keep that kind of story. I think actually I'm going to do it that way around, because I think you've got a bit more transition between the two. So I'm just going to go down all of these edges, just so that it kind of stands out a bit more. I'm going to pop that on there. Oh, I didn't do that edge very well at all, but there we go. There we go. So I'm going to pop that on there, and so in order to do that, just a tiny bit at the top, a tiny bit at the bottom. And remember, we're putting this on the back and not on the on the pocket on the front, and the reason for not putting it on the front is you don't want to get anything in the way of your mechanism. Okay, so if you pop something here and then you slide something through, you've got something in the way of your mechanism. Depending on how you're going to close it, obviously you could put it on the front and you could then use this, you know, you could have a ribbon round it. If you've got any of your little divots, you could use that as somewhere to tuck it in. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use my Velcro dots and I'm going to splash out on you guys, and I'm going to use a whole one. I know I normally use a half of one. I'm going to splash out and use a whole one. Ooh, helps if you put it on the right finger. It's just somewhere in the middle, and then press it down onto the folio, and then open it gently the first time. Just press those two down. So there we go. So we've got, it opens up, opens like this. We've got a pocket here, we've got a pocket here and a pocket here, and then we've got a tuck on the back. There we go, so a tuck on the back. So there you go, like I say, nice and easy, super simple, and there we go, there you have it. Like I say, I've seen this on the video, on various videos. I don't know who it came from, but I'm sure, well, I'm sure everything I've made that I think is unique has probably been thought of by somebody else. Because like I say, there are only so many things you can do with a one sheet wonder. So there you go. Hope you like it. Hope it's something you might give a try of. If you do, please do let me know. Don't forget, so that I try to make you a nice one sheet wonder as often as I can. This one does have a little bit of my blood on it, but we won't go there. I'm not giving it to anybody, so it's fine. So there you go. So that's a one sheet wonder for you, nice and simple to make, and I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, my name is Dash of Dave, and I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to. Make sure you give this a thumbs up, make sure you like, share and comment, and don't forget to subscribe if you aren't already. Lovely to have you here today, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care of yourselves. See you soon. Lots of love. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Lots of hugs. And I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye. Bye.